Let's take a look at the discussions. There seems to be some questions and consternation about the discussions. First off, the discussions are created because, generally speaking, unless you're in my on-ground hybrid class on Friday nights, there is no classroom. You're not sitting in a classroom where you would be talking to each other and sharing your ideas within the classroom. So that's what the discussion is all about. What I tend to find for a lot of you is that you think that the discussion is just someplace you can post something, place a comment, do some kind of drive-by, do a hit and run, and that you're done. Well, that is not the case here. This is just like you sitting in the classroom. And I've also had some questions about, well, if the discussion closed and I didn't get to comment, I should be able to post something. Well, think about it this way. If you were sitting in the classroom after the class was over and there was nobody there to discuss with, who's going to get the benefit? Nobody. So let's talk about the discussion. If you have your Shockwave player activated in your browser, you can see that the first thing I have done is I've added a little timer here. So in this case, this discussion 2, has 5 days, 9 hours, 17 minutes, 31 seconds, and counting down until this discussion closes. Once the discussion closes, that's it. There's no reprieve on it. You're done, and nobody else gets to benefit from your comments in your discussion. You'll notice, yes, it is graded 100 points possible. So if you make one post and I see it and it's substantial, you get 70%. If it's not substantial, you'll get anywhere from 0 to 70%. So I put this big red attention on here for a reason. I want to make light of the fact that it's a discussion. It's not a comment place. It's not a forum where you just post something, drive by, and that's the end of it. So the discussions are for you because you're not sitting in a classroom. I want you sharing with each other. You should be in this discussion forum several times a week, posting your thoughts and sharing your learning experience with your classmates. I'm looking for you to exchange ideas, exchange comments, ask questions, help each other to learn. That's the idea behind it. Okay, so if you pop in and out, especially at the 11th hour, I take a look at the log, I can see that you posted at 11:45. There's no benefit there. You don't benefit, your classmates don't benefit. Okay, that's a drive-by. That's going to get you a maximum of 70%. So every substantial post that yields substantial information then will get 10%. So if you posted something the first time, I will give you up to 70%. After that, I'll evaluate each one and you get another 10% until you reach 100. If the first time it looks like you've posted and answered and interchanged or interacted with the other classmates, I might give you 100 right there. But that doesn't mean I don't want you to come back in and look again and post. Your opinion and what you have to say here is important for everyone in the class. The other thing that I don't want to see is texting. I do not want to see any texting syntax in the posts, okay? This is a college level class. I expect college level English in your discussion. I want them to be thoughtful. I want them to be organized. I want them to have the correct grammar. No run-on sentences. If you do, you're not going to get the points. So use this discussion forum to assist your classmates with something they're struggling with to help them understand. Merely making a comment or saying, yeah, I like the chapter, is not discussion worthy. Okay? And then at the bottom, I give you some open-ended questions. I do that on purpose. I'm not asking you about anything specific that was covered in the material. I want you to pick what was interesting or surprising. I want you to pick what was most difficult or didn't make sense, okay? I want you to pick what you think is going to require you to go back and review, because I want you to take the responsibility for that and think about, okay, what do I have to go back and look at because I have a weakness there. And then in this particular class, the Linux class, I want you to think about any other OSs you've had experiences with. Since you're a CIT person, I expect that you've encountered other operating systems, be it Windows, be it the Mac OS system, or other distros of Linux, or even the Cisco iOS. There are things that you have experience with, and sharing that information helps others that maybe do not have that experience. The other thing that's immediately evident is that when you log in here, you don't see anybody else's comments. I did that on purpose. Okay? What I want here is for you to think about these open-ended questions and come up with your ideas and your thoughts before you see anybody else's. Then from there, once you post, you just do a click on the reply here, and when you do, you'll notice the little box pops open with this little miniature scaled down version of word processor, and you start entering your information and post. You don't have to make it vanilla. You can jazz it up. On mine, you'll always see I usually turn them red because I do that for emphasis, and I pop up the font size because I want to get your attention. The other thing that you can do here is you can add a little flair to it. What I like to do is go back in when I see things that I like and see. I have a library of pictures here. You'll see me go back in occasionally, and I will pick one of my pictures, and I might give you my little fighter pilot thumbs up. Okay, so you can do those kinds of things in the little word processor here. You can, it has some limitations, but it's generally a powerful thing. Okay, so the first time you post, you're not going to see anything here. After that, then you'll see everybody's posts, and you can in fact then comment, and that's what I'm looking for, is you commenting on the material as you see it. Okay, so that's the discussion. Don't be intimidated by it. Visit early, visit often. Okay, the earlier you get in here and post your thoughts on any of these questions, and you're not limited to these questions, the more we're going to get comments from other folks. I have been using this method now for over a year, and I have great success with it. At the end of every semester, I have folks that come back and say that this discussion post idea was a good thing because they were able to exchange information with their other classmates that they may or may not ever see, and learn more sometimes than the material actually offers. I love seeing students that get in here and offer their own scripts and their own solutions to the problems that you encounter during the course. So use it. That's what it's there for. It's your place, your world, for you to talk to each other in your class. Okay? So, sorry to get on my soapbox, but I want to make sure that we rectify the problems I generally see right off in the course with the discussions. All right, see you in the discussion forum.